The story of Imam Hussein is incredibly exceptional. People can connect with him because they apply those same teachings, those same values to their lives, and they fit perfectly. They look at Imam Hussein as the ultimate source of inspiration when it comes to rising against injustice and eradicating human suffering and things like that. The ultimate role model is really Imam Hussein. And that's why a lot of people go to his mausoleum. A lot of people pay their respects by physically being there. But if we were to summarize Imam Hussein's mission and what he did in Karbala on the 10th day of Muharram, on Ashura, I would say sacrifice, perhaps patience. That even when your own personal interests are at stake, but for the good of society, for the good of humanity, you should be able to make a sacrifice. You should be able to reach out and help other people. First of all, I think that the Shia, by virtue of their peaceful conduct and peaceful nature, you know, we're not out to make enemies. We're not the kind of people that would provoke others into hating us. We're really not. So, on the one hand, I don't feel that we necessarily need any kind of extra protection. On the other hand, I think it's a legitimate concern that you know, we see a lot of our Husseyniyat, a lot of our places of worship being targeted specifically around the world, especially in the Middle East. So that, I think, is a genuine concern. That because we have terrorists out there like ISIS, I mean, these aren't people you could reason with, right? These are, it's a maniacal group, and incredibly notorious for their acts of barbarism and their acts of savagery. And so you can't really reason with them, and given the track record, given the recent events that we're seeing around the world, I think it's good for us, first and foremost, to be vigilant, for us to ensure that if there is anything that's out of order, that we speak out and we cooperate with the authorities, and you know, to kind of ask for additional security, I think, is probably not extremely necessary at this stage. I don't feel, I mean, I used to lecture in the United States, and because of the Islamophobia there, we used to have police escort, literally following our car, so that by the time we get to the center, we could feel safe and give lectures, and the police would stay, and then they take me back to the hotel. I think that in some ways that could incite more violence. It could provoke people into further targeting our centers. So at this stage, I feel that you know, we have a very good, strong relationship with the authorities, with security agencies, and so there's probably no need for them to be physically present. Obviously, this is a very complex subject, and a lot of different disciplines would have to come together to devise a plan. Violent extremism and radicalism is a problem, and for years we've been saying that it's a problem, it needs to be addressed, because we've been at the receiving end of the damage. We have been victimized by this ideology for many, many decades. When you have a problem in the form of an extremist ideology, what you need to do essentially is bolster the alternative. Perhaps, if we're going to focus perhaps on the context of Australian Muslims, we need more, if you like, local homegrown scholars who would be taught at independent institutions, who would seek knowledge, again, not by being affiliated with any particular government overseas, but by being taught, you know, the real Islam, the true Islam, that's unadulterated, unsullied, uncontaminated by politics and corruption. You know, I think that's perhaps a longer term approach to the problem.